Flying Around the Moon, read to you by Carol Brigham. In 2017, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, started working on a new project called Artemis. The goal of the Artemis project is to send people back to the moon. NASA will use the Artemis project to explore the moon. NASA scientists hope to learn more about the moon's surface. They want to know how long people can stay on the moon. In December 2022, NASA launched Artemis 1. This was the first test of the Artemis project. Artemis 1 showed that the Orion spacecraft could go into space and come back safely. Artemis 2. The next test is Artemis 2. The Artemis 2 test will send 4 astronauts into space. They will travel around the moon for 10 days. The astronauts will go farther away from Earth than any humans have gone before. But they will not land on the moon. Artemis 2 was scheduled to launch in 2024, but it wasn't ready. The Orion spacecraft did not carry people in Artemis 1. In Artemis 2, Orion needed to carry people. NASA scientists and engineers looked at information from the Artemis 1 test. They used the information to get Orion ready to carry people. They added equipment to keep the astronauts safe. This work took more than 3 years. In February 2026, NASA scientists and engineers finally got ready to launch Artemis 2. They practiced putting fuel in the rocket. They filled it with 700 gallons of fuel. They checked the rocket for problems. During the practice, engineers found hydrogen leaking from the bottom of the rocket. The engineers ended the practice early. NASA said team members needed to fix the leaks and do more tests. Artemis 2 could not launch in February. When will Artemis 2 launch? NASA said it will try again to launch Artemis 2 in March. The launch could happen between March 6 and March 9, or on March 11. The mission team will practice again to make sure everything is safe. If there are still problems, they will wait until April and try again. They will not launch Artemis 2 until they are sure it is safe. They do not want anything to happen to the astronauts. The astronauts. There will be 4 astronauts on Artemis 2. Astronauts Reed Wiseman, Christina Koch, and Victor Glover are Americans. Astronaut Jeremy Hansen is Canadian. They have trained for the Artemis mission for 3 years. They studied the Orion spacecraft. They practiced using Orion's controls. They did simulations to practice the launch, moving around in space, and coming back to Earth. Before the scheduled launch in February, the astronauts were quarantined. They stayed away from other people to stay healthy. NASA did not want them to get sick before the launch. When the launch was canceled, the astronauts left quarantine. They had breakfast with their families. Then they went back to training. NASA said the astronauts would quarantine again for 2 weeks before the launch dates in March. That way, they are healthy and ready to go if Artemis 2 is ready to launch. The future of Artemis. NASA plans for Artemis 3 to be the first time people land on the moon since 1972. The Artemis 3 launch is now planned for some time in 2028. There will be 4 crew members on Artemis 3. They will spend about 30 days in space. 6.5 days will be on the moon. Artemis 4 will take more equipment to the moon. The equipment will help people stay on the moon longer. The crew will help set up the equipment. Artemis 4 is planned for some time in 2028 or 2029. NASA will know more about the Artemis 4 mission after the Artemis 2 and Artemis 3 missions. Future Artemis missions may take more people to the moon. These astronauts will spend more time on the moon. They will use equipment like living spaces, rovers, and special tools. Their tests will teach NASA more about living in space. Deeper into space. NASA will use what they learn from the Artemis flights to send astronauts deeper into space. NASA wants to send astronauts to Mars sometime in the 2030s. For more information about Easy English News, or to subscribe to our paper version or our digital version, visit our website, easyenglishnews.com. If this video was helpful, remember to like it and subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you.